So we'll take the basic commands part 1 today. So we'll go through all the basic commands for the Linux administration thing, how to create a file, how to create a directory, how to list out all the contents from the directory, how to rename the file, how to move the file, okay? How to copy the file. These are the basic commands we'll see, so that you can roam around inside the machine. Once you create a machine, you logged in, and then you try it out these commands after completing today's class. Okay, so let me open the virtual box.
Please share your screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing it, just a moment. Okay, I shared it. Let me know once you're able to see.
Yes, sir. Yes, able to
Yeah,
see.
okay, let me go to the commands. Okay, so the first topic that we are going to see is, this is very important topic. Okay, the Linux file system hierarchy, and anyway I'm recording this session. So what this Akash and the Sidhu is there, right? The another guy. So those can refer this recording. Okay,
Yes.
Sagar, try to
Yes.
look into these slides, and if any problem is there with these, the content of the slide, then please let me know, and try to
Sure,
help
sure.
Akash. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is the topic that we are going to see today, the Linux directory hierarchy. So basically, what does it mean by whenever you create a, why I'm giving the comparison all the time for you guys with the Windows, right? So it will be easy for you to understand, right? What are the differences and what are the exact topic I'm pointing to, right? So whenever you create a Windows machine, what are the different drives you're going to get inside the Windows? Anybody?
So
Guys?
are you talking about drives, right?
Yeah,
C drive,
drives. I'm talking about drives.
C drive, D drive.
Yes, the C drive will be the default one, right?
Ye-
And
Yes.
if the person wanted to have the another drive, then he can create it, or else he can use the C drive as well, right? So that is what the partitioning inside the Windows machine, right? So in Linux machine, what we have is, whenever you install the OS, whenever you create a new machine, at that time all these directories will get created inside the machine. This is also called as partition itself. Okay, if you create the partition by yourself, then that can be considered as a partition. If you haven't, then that particular directory structure will get added inside the root directory structure. So you can call it as a partition, as well as you can call it as a the directory structure. So basically, these are all the directories will get created when you create a one single virtual machine inside the Oracle virtual box. So we'll see by practical as well. But what are the different significance of each and every partition, or each and every what you call the directory, that we are going to see it. Each and every directory will have the different significance that will really help you to understand while troubleshooting the things. If you know exact precise information of each and every directory, then you will be able to solve the problem quickly, right? So we'll start with slash. Okay, whenever you install the machine, by default the Linux hierarchy, directory structure hierarchy will start from slash. This is the forward slash. Okay, so what it is saying is, directory name is slash, and mount point it's called as root, what you call root directory, you could say it as a name as root directory. And what it is saying, base of the file system. Here in Linux, the file system nomenclature is different. Basically, in Windows machine, what when you will call the file system is, whenever you want to format the drives, whenever you want to format the pen drives, during that time we will come across that particular word file system. Means it will ask you which file system you want to format with. Like NTFS is there, okay, VFAT is there. The same way in Linux we have ext2. Ext2 is quite older one. But ext3, ext4, xfs, these are the file system that are being used in the market right now. Okay, so you know the file system, right? In Windows, when you click on the drive and right click on the drive and get into the properties, then you will see the NTFS file system name as NTFS. The full form of the NTFS is new technology file system. So in the same way, but in Linux, what it's called is base of the file system. That means each and every directory will considered as a file system. It is a partition, but you can name it as a file system in Linux terminology. Okay, for a time sake, you just remember this one. Do not get confused in between file system and the partition. Just consider it as a partition one. And what is the required primary partition? This is the structure, the root, what you call the file system structure, from which each and every, if you look at all these directories, you are seeing it as every directory, before the directory name you can see the forward slash, right? That means each and every directory comes under this particular root directory. This is the first one, this is the second, slash boot. What is the significance of slash boot directory? Bootloader files. That means when you install the OS, when you install the operating system, during that time some files are getting created inside the slash boot. So if you delete the files from the slash boot, then your machine will not get booted. Okay, you won't be able to use your machine. So that is what the importance of this slash boot partition. Stores kernel, initramfs, grub files. What is this kernel? I told you it's a heart of Linux operating system, but in deep we'll see it later. Initramfs also will explain it later. And the grub files, this is the grand unified bootloader. This is also I will explain it in specific class, so that you will be able to understand what is the importance of all these three. What it is saying, separate partition, it's 1 GB, least required 1 GB you could say, right? Then the next partition is slash home. Yesterday what we have done, we have given the password for root user, right? The first one. And then next what we have done is we have created a user using what was the username when we created while installing the OS? Anybody recall?
OSWay.
Yeah, OSS way was the user we have created while installing the OS. So that particular user home directory, that means whenever I log into this machine, and after logging in, I will get desktop, documents, downloads, all these directories, right? So that content will get stored under this slash home directory. So this is the default space for each and every other users except root. Please remember this one. Except root, each and every other user's home directory content will get stored under the slash home, and the structure will be slash home slash OSSWay. This is the directory structure will get created for each and every user whenever we add any user inside the machine. Default location. You can give custom location as well if you wanted to. So user home directories, user specific files and configs, separate partition for multi-user systems. If you are having multi-user environment, then you're going to have it all the users home directories inside the slash home. And please let me know if you guys are having any confusion in between. Please stop me, okay? And this one is slash var, variable data, logs, mail, spool, websites data. Basically in real time you are going to use it for this one, to look into the logs of the complete the operating system. Anything, if you want to troubleshoot some user logging in issue, okay, if you want to troubleshoot certain applications are not coming up, then you can get into the slash var slash log directory, and you can try to look into the logs, and you can troubleshoot the issue. So, and regarding the mails as well, if you configure the mail system on the machine, you are going to get all the things under the slash var slash mail location. Slash var slash log or slash mail location is there, inside which you will get mail.log as a log file. And the another directory is slash etc. etc holds all the configuration files. That means if you are installing any application, let's say you installed one Linux machine and you configured it as a web server, that means the Apache web server. So you install the Apache HTTPD application on the machine, that particular configuration, that particular application configuration files will get stored under the slash etc. Any application which is running or any service which is running, that is gonna have all the configuration files inside the slash etc directory. Okay. And the next is slash usr, user programs, applications binaries, libraries. Often large, can be separate 5 to 10 GB plus. Leave it. Ignore this size for now. Okay. Just look at the directory and that importance, because if you are going ahead with the fresher profile, then people will ask you what are the Linux directory hierarchy, tell me, and what are the importance of each and every directory from the whole hierarchy. Then you should know. If anybody asks you what is slash usr, then you can say user programs, application binaries and libraries, it will get stored there. Okay, just a moment. Okay. Hey, hi Sid. So we already started with the Linux directory hierarchy today. Okay. So I am explaining each and every directory importance in the Linux machine. So I will go through the slides now. Just a moment. Let me go to the slide. What is happening here? Okay. So this is the slide I was at, which particular thing, USR. Okay. So if you look at the directory structure in Linux, for SID I am explaining again, just in shortcut. This one slash, everything starts with, these are the different partitions will get created inside the Linux OS. When you install the OS, you can everything starts with slash, that means the root directory, it could say, and then the slash boot, slash home, slash var, slash etc, slash usr. So every directory is starting with slash, that means this is the root directory and everything is under the root directory. So each and every directories are having different importance. So for boot one, this particular directory will hold all the bootable files that will be helpful for the operating system to come up. Okay. And the slash home will hold all the user files, like whenever user logs in into the machine, that user home directory will get created under the slash home. And slash var will hold all the log files for that will be useful to troubleshoot any service related issue, any what you call, any user login issue, anything which is having a problem with the OS, you are going to get into this particular directory. And slash etc holds all the configuration files of different applications on the machine. Whichever the application is running, whichever the service is running on the machine, that particular service configuration file will be under the slash etc. This one slash usr will hold all the application binaries plus libraries of different applications on the machine. And this one slash opt, this is optional software, that means whenever you want to have the third party software on the machine, then you are going to save that file, or you are going to save that particular binary under the slash opt. That is the appropriate way of putting it and making use of that particular partition. And slash temp, temporary files, auto clear temporary files, optional separate. Okay, 1 to 3 GB, that is fine. What does it mean by temporary file? Whenever your machine is running, at that time different services will get run in the background. So for particular services, the temporary files will get generated in the backend. That files will get stored or generated inside the slash temp. You can clear it up, or automatic auto cleared temporary files, auto clearance of temporary files mechanism is already there on the machine. And slash srv, service data, web ftp, other server data, any any services, let's say what you call the web server is there, that particular web server data will get stored, or we can keep it under the slash srv. And slash run, runtime info, whenever your machine is being run, your machine is in up and running state, then that particular services which are running in the backend, that particular services information will be available inside the slash run, the running application information. What it will be? PID files, runtime configs, which are not stored permanently. Okay, and PID files, that means whenever you start a service, at that time in the backend one file will get generated, that file will get stored under the slash run. And MNT, the MNT and media, these are for these two are used to mount the external hard drives or pen drives. If you want to use pen drive in the Linux machine, then you can mount it. Uh, likewise, in Windows, whenever you access a pen drive, it will directly populated inside the my computer. From there you can access it. But in Linux, it will be there, but if you want to access it, you need to mount it on some particular directories. These are MNT and media, these are the designated directories for accessing the external files, external partitions or the hard drives storage. MNT mounting temporarily, for manual mounting USB, no separate partition needed. Media, removable media, auto mount for CDs, USB drives. By default it will get under the slash media. If you won't find it there, then you need to mount it. Slash dev, device files, represents hardware disk USBs, whichever the hardware we have on the machine, like the storage, the hard disk is there, USB is there, that particular device files are get stored under the slash dev. And one more thing, this is needs to be remembered by everyone. Each and everything in the Linux is a file. Okay, if you are considering, you are naming the partition and you are referring the partition, then that is also the file inside the Linux machine. So that is why it's saying under the slash dev. Let's say your partition is there, one hard disk is there and two partitions are there, then that partition's name can be spelled at slash dev slash sda1 first partition, and the second one slash dev slash sda2. We'll see in deep when we go to the partitioning topic. Okay, then I will explain how it will be working, or how this dev slash dev will be referred. Okay, so these are the different directories, and the next one is okay. So the other directory structure, or the directory is slash proc, kernel and process information. The running kernel and running process information you will get inside the slash proc. This is the temporary one. Whenever you boot a machine, it will get created. You will be having the information under the slash proc. Okay, this is not the permanent mount. Okay, permanent mount in the sense permanent partition. While running this OS, it will get created, and all the running information, the kernel and process information will get stored here. We have the process management topic, we'll cover it there, and you will gonna understand what I'm explaining right now. So right now you need to focus on what are the different directories that will get created by default, and what are the importance of that directory. Okay, this is the only thing that you need to consider right now, because you are not going to understand each and everything right away. And the next is slash sys, system info, kernel and device tree. Whatever the devices you are having on the machine, that particular device tree is gonna show under this slash sys information directory. Slash root, this is the root user home directory. So whenever the root user gets logged in on the machine, that particular root user will get inside the slash root. So whatever the files and folders he is gonna create, those will be residing under the slash root, because it's his home directory, admin home directory. Slash lib and slash lib64, these two directory holds all the library files of different applications. Whenever you install any application, by default the particular application library files will get stored under these two directories based on the what you call the platform architecture. And here you have slash bin and slash sbin. The major difference in between, if you look at this, it's a slash bin, this one is slash sbin. Bin means binary. Okay, so slash bin holds all the commands which could be run or which could be executed by normal user. Okay, normal user means yesterday we tried creating a user OSSWay and Tom. Those users binaries will get stored under the slash bin, and for the admin user, only the root user is there. Root user binaries or root user commands, whichever the all the administrative commands are there on the machine, those can be executed by root. Those are available under the slash s bin. Okay, so this is the whole Linux directory hierarchy. अभी ये पूरा समझ में आया या इसमें कुछ डाउट्स है या कहाँ पे कुछ कंफ्यूजन है? प्लीज
तो ये जो अभी तक जो हमने बाय डिफॉल्ट कमांड देखी वो सब मतलब प्री बिल्ड कमांड है ना?
हाँ
मतलब
सब
just देखने के लिए, हाँ,
yes
मतलब
everything
क्या
is pre-built. Like whenever you install any application, those commands will get installed, and that is why this binary is.
तो हम लोग को अगर कुछ चेक करना है तो हम लोग ये कमांड यूज करके सब कुछ चेक कर सकते हैं मशीन के रिलेटेड.
हाँ हाँ, वो अभी अपन ये मैंने सिर्फ ये लिनक्स डायरेक्टरी स्ट्रक्चर का हायरार्की का एक एग्जांपल्स और या फिर इंफॉर्मेशन दे दिया. अभी विल सी वन बाय वन ईच एंड एवरी कमांड, लाइक विच कमांड वी कैन यूज एंड व्हाट इज द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ दैट कमांड. ओके, अपन अभी वो हर कमांड देखेंगे, राइट? अभी सिर्फ हाँ
जस्ट एक्सप्लेन द लाइक कमांड्स.
या ये मैंने अभी सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन दिया, ये डायरेक्टरीज के जो भी डायरेक्टरीज विल गेट क्रिएटेड. तो अभी विल डू वन थिंग. सिद्ध, यू हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम मैन बिकॉज यू जॉइंड इन बिटवीन? या जो मैंने अभी बताया यू गॉट इट राइट एवरीथिंग? थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. yesterday what I have done is yesterday I have shared a YouTube link in the group. Okay, just go through it. There I explained how to create a virtual environment, okay, and how to install the OS. उसके बाद का ये क्लास है. So now I will show you how to log in into the machine and different directories inside the machine. Okay.
Okay.
One 192.168.0.109. Okay. So this is the command to log in into the machine, and user I am trying is Tom because the root user access is blocked from the outside. We'll try to enable it, but for now we'll use normal user to log in. 192.168.0.109. Can anybody explain what is this whole syntax is? कोई बताएगा? मैंने yesterday मैंने explain किया था each and everything, what is the usage or importance of these three different things. Anybody? गलत हुआ तो भी चलेगा.
इसके बाद हम लोग यूजर नेम डाल के फिर आईपी एड्रेस डाल दें.
Yes. So basically
like
yeah,
remote environment से हम login कर रहे हैं दूसरे user.
Right. Sid, so basically this is the command to log in on any Linux machine. This can be called as secure shell. Okay, this is the binary we have on the machine, and this is the user Tom. This is the user which is already created on the machine, and at the rate on which machine you are logging in is 192.168.0.109. This is the IP address of the machine. If you look at this command, I have run it here, ran it this IP address command, and I could see this 192.168.0.109. So that is why I am using that IP to get into that machine, because here it's not clear visible over here. So by logging in from the outer external terminal will give a clear picture of the practice. Okay, and if I do enter, it will ask me the password. I have set the password something, and now what is this again? Anybody? ये पूरा क्या है, क्या मीनिंग है इसका?
यूजर नेम
और आगे सागर?
ऑलराइट,
इस पे लॉगिन हो गया आगे से.
लॉगिन हो गया, लेकिन इसका मतलब क्या है? ये जो दिख रहा है यहाँ पे ये क्या है? पवन एक्सप्लेन.
like
दिस इज यूजर.
Tom master is here.
मास्टर क्या है ये?
रूट से लॉगिन हो रहा है वो बता रहा है. यस, मतलब एडमिन एक्सेस से.
नाही सागर, लक्ष दे. फार काय म्हणतात वेग आन्सर होतं एकदम.
मेचन का नाम है क्या सर? मेरा तो टॉम मास्टर से.
See, I will explain again. See, this is the username, okay, through which I logged in. Here you could see SSH Tom @ and this is master is the host name of the machine. If you type host name, you will see master.ossv.com, right? यहाँ पे मैंने IP से लॉगिन किया क्योंकि यहाँ पे DNS कॉन्फ़िगर्ड नहीं है, तो it won't take a host name. So that is why I logged in using the IP address. But if you look at this output, it's saying Tom कहाँ पे है? मास्टर पे है. मास्टर क्या है? ये मशीन का नाम है जिस मशीन पे मैंने लॉगिन किया. And what does this mean? This $sign?
normal user.
Yes, $sign represents the normal user. Who is that? Sid, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So $sign represents the normal user, hash represents the root user. Okay.
Root user or admin user.
Yeah, admin user. So this is how we log in into the machine. Now let's say su to root user. I don't think he's having the sudo permissions. Yeah. So now I'm inside the root user. Okay. Let me get this cleared first. Okay. Root user on the machine. So whatever the details I explained here, like Linux directory structure, from where it gets started. What is the starting point of Linux directory hierarchy? मैंने जो पूरा directory slash. So yeah, let me get into the slash first. First we'll check pwd. Okay, where I am present working directory. The first command that we have seen today is pwd on the Linux machine. Okay, try to remember this one. Pwd means present working directory. This will be really helpful whenever you are working on something and you don't find any configuration file, or you are having the confusion like where are you exactly, then you can run pwd. You will come to know under which directory you are. So I am inside the root user home directory. Okay, this is the root user home directory. Now each and everything starts by slash. So let me get into the slash here. Okay, where I am, if you look at this slash, it means I am inside the slash directory. Again I will type pwd. It says slash, right? So now if I do ls command, ls to list out all the contents from that particular directory. Wherever you are, if you type ls, you will see the content from the directory. So here you could see different what you call the directories which we talked about, right? If you look at this, bin is there, boot is there, etc, dev, home, lib64, media, mnt, opt, proc, root, run, sbin, srv, systemp, usr, var. So all these directories will get, let me see, what is this afs? I never seen this one. If you get into this lsfnld afs, start. So I don't know, AFS I never seen this kind of directory in the Linux machine. I will check on this one, I will come back to you. Okay, so but rest of the directory structure you could see it over here. So each and every directory is having the importance of particular things, like etc holds all the configuration files, bin holds all the binaries which normal user can execute, slash bin hold all the binaries or commands which root can execute, right? In this way this directory structure could be seen. If I do tree, okay, see, this is the tree command. Okay, you can execute under this slash /. So you will get all the hierarchy tree structure of each and every directory. If you look at this temp, you are gonna see all these different directories are available inside the temp. Okay, and if you come one directory above, where is this log? Okay, where will be there first. Okay, so basically what it will do is it will give you the hierarchy of all the directory structure, directory inside the directory and all the files. That is what it is getting showed up over there when you type tree. That is not useful anyway, but I have just given you for an example to show you the image kind of thing, like starts with slash and ends with all the directories. Okay, so these are the Linux directory hierarchy structure that we have seen, and I have explained all the importance of each and every directory. Okay, now we'll go ahead and see the basic commands on the machine. The first command that we have seen is pwd. Okay, if anybody is having the Linux machine installed, then you can try logging in and try running commands with me. That is why I have taken the first class to set up the virtual machine. समझ में आया? तो we'll start with pwd. This is present working directory. Then the next command is ls. ls will list where I am root directory, and if I do ls here, then it will list all the available files inside that directory. I could see only one file, right? एक ही फाइल दिख रहा है यहाँ पे ls से. If I do ls-l, इसके साथ बहुत ऑप्शंस रहेंगे. So you can explore those options using man command, man space ls. Man means manual of the particular command. If you type ls here, then manual of ls command will get showed up. So you could see, मतलब आपको notes लेना ज़रूरी है, that will be useful for you guys. But अगर आपने you miss something or you don't recall anything, then you can come here and you can type this man space command name. कौन सा भी command रहने दो, let's say man space pwd. Okay, so if that particular command is having the manual pages, then you are going to get this information. So what it is saying, pwd print name of current working directory, pwd options, logical, all these options with the pwd command you can explore. That depends on you, whichever basically you won't need any other options. Whatever the options I am going to explain in the class, not more than that options will be useful in the infra really. But knowing more options will be useful for you to crack the interview. Sometimes people will ask you the out of the box question. Basic options everybody knows, but they want to get more info about you, how you study, how you go through the commands, right? That's what information they try to get in from you. So that is why try to get some more options for each and every command, whichever the options I am telling you, try to go further and get some more options for that command. अभी मैं यहाँ पे ls टाइप कर रहा हूँ, तो what I am seeing is one single file, right? And if I want to see the information about the file, like owner कौन है, ग्रुप ओनर कौन है, और परमिशंस क्या है फाइल पे, या फिर कब मॉडिफाई किया है, क्रिएट कब हुआ है, then what I can do, ls-l command, then I could see, just a minute. Okay, ls-l. So these are the permissions on the file. Okay, owner is root, group owner is root, and September 22 was the date when this file got created, because yesterday we had deployed the machine. हमने कल ही machine create किया है नया वाला, so that is why it is showing as a timestamp 22, right? So this is how you will get more info on single file. And let's say you are inside the slash root and you wanted to see the files from slash etc, तो आपको वहाँ जाना ज़रूरी नहीं है, you can do it from here, l/etc, but आपको absolute path पता रहना चाहिए. I know etc starts with slash, so that is why I put it as a /etc, and these are all the files inside the /etc are available, okay, with all the permissions and the information about the file. अगर आपको /etc के अंदर alternatives को देखना है, so you can't put it as /l and alternatives. It won't work, because it is not, whenever you do this command, this means you are referring the file from the current working directory, but that file is not there, it is available under the /etc though. Then क्या करना पड़ेगा आपको, ls-l/etc alternative, and try using tab command, it will complete the command. Okay, if that file or directory is there, then it will, whenever you type tab, it will complete the whole name, you don't need to type all the things, just press enter. So the alternatives will have having these many files inside the alternatives. So this is how you can use the ls command. And other option with the ls is, you are inside the /root and only ls is printing one single file. Okay, and if you type ls-la, what it will do, it will print all the hidden files from this directory /root. पहले हमको क्या मिल रहा था, only one single file. Okay, now हमको क्या मिला, one single file is normal, and whichever the file starts with dot, that is hidden file. याद रखो, hidden files को show करने के लिए अपन यूज कर रहे a option, and hidden files name can be put it as dot, it should start with dot, then only that will get hidden inside the Linux operating system. So the options that we seen is ls, ls-l, ls-la. Okay, and if you want to list only directories from this present location, then ls-ld, this is the current working directory ownership it is showing. Like you are inside the root, and when you type ls-ld and the argument is not there, basically the command syntax will be command options and arguments. तो आर्गुमेंट हमने कुछ नहीं दिया, तो बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट ये क्या ले रहा है, प्रेजेंट वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी जो है उसका ओनरशिप और जो भी डिटेल्स है वो दिखा रहा है. इफ़ यू वांट टू ट्राई इट आउट पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्टरी, यहाँ पे हिडन डायरेक्टरी है, और डायरेक्टरी हमेशा इधर देखो लेफ्ट साइड में इट स्टार्ट्स विद डी, यहाँ पे सब फाइल जो है वहाँ पे हाइफन है, एंड द डायरेक्टरी शोज अस डी, दैट मीन्स दिस इज़ द डायरेक्टरी, और ये कलर शो ब्लू में करता है जनरली. तो इफ़ यू वांट टू गेट द परमिशन फॉर दैट डायरेक्टरी देन यू नीड टू टाइप ls-ld and .ssh, you need to give the name. समझ में आया? सो दिस विल शो ओनली द डायरेक्टरी डिटेल्स, ऐसा है. सो समझ रहा है सब कुछ अभी जो मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया? ऑल गुड?
थोड़ा थोड़ा.
थोड़ा थोड़ा. एंड सिड, पवन, निखिल, महेश, एवरीबडी, आई वांट आंसर फ्रॉम एवरीबडी.
Yes, yes.
थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में आ रहा है बोले तो. अभी हमारे तो उसके अंदर का जो पार्टीशन रहता है वो मिलता है सब. तुम उससे अंदर जा रहे हो तो थोड़ा बस है.
ओके ओके, मैं किधर भी नहीं गया. मैं अभी स्टिल आई एम इनसाइड द रूट डायरेक्टरी ओनली. व्हेनेवर आई लॉग्ड इन, राइट, आई वाज इनसाइड द टॉम डायरेक्टरी. You remember, using Tom we logged in, okay, and then I switched to root user by using su command, switch user. This is the command information is switch user. So I logged in using the Tom, I switched to switch user, then I am inside the root. That's it. And here I have explained ls command that will list the available files. ls-l command, it will show you the file with the permission and ownership, everything. ls-la command, it will show all the hidden files from the present working directory. फास्ट हो रहा है तो विल स्टॉप, नो वरीज. मुझे ये मतलब इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि यू शुड नो ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, और एटलीस्ट समझ रहा है, ये इम्पोर्टेंट है. समझ रहे हो?
बस वो मैन कमांड का एक बार बता देना.
मैन कमांड, मैन मीन्स मैनुअल, ओके. मैन कमांड स्पेस ls, जो भी कमांड का आपको मैनुअल पेज चाहिए यू कैन टाइप मैन
वो
स्पेस.
सजेशन देता है क्या कमांड का पूरा?
हाँ, कमांड का इन्फॉर्मेशन. सी इफ यू लुक
Okay.
एट दिस, नेम क्या है, सिनॉप्सिस क्या है, डिस्क्रिप्शन क्या है, यू विल गेट ऑल द ऑप्शंस फॉर द ls कमांड, ओके. कॉपीराइट क्या है, ये जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है इसका सब कुछ मिल जाएगा आपको.
एलएस रिलेटेड जो भी कमांड है वो मैन डालने के बाद वो आता है.
नॉट ls रिलेटेड, सागर बी प्रिसाइज. ls इज द कमांड, ls के साथ जो ऑप्शंस चाहिए या फिर ls कमांड के बारे में जो इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए, नॉट ls रिलेटेड. ls
Okay.
के बारे में इन्फॉर्मेशन, बिकॉज दैट इज अ मैनुअल पेज ऑफ ls कमांड. समझ में आया?
ओके.
हाँ, तो उसके बारे में पूरा इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगा व्हेन यू टाइप मैन स्पेस कमांड नेम, एनी कमांड. लेट्स से मैन स्पेस pwd टाइप करूँगा मैं, तो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू गेट इज मैनुअल पेजेस फॉर प्रेजेंट वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी, pwd कमांड. इफ आई टाइप एंटर, if I press enter, then you will see all the information. Okay?
ओके.
Yeah. So आज हमने ls कमांड, ls-l कमांड, ls-la कमांड, और let me give you the history commands output. Try these commands at your machine whenever you know what you call, whenever you create a new machine, try to run all these commands and let me know what is the outcome. Oh, sorry. I don't know how it will get copied. Let me see, paste. No. Okay. So these are the different commands that I have tried. Just for your reference, आप देखो और इसको कॉपी पेस्ट कर लो नोट्स में, ठीक है? And let me get to the slides here. And what we have, present working directory हमने देखा है, okay? जो भी यूज़र का जहाँ पे भी आप रहोगे, it will show that particular user home directory. Then list directory contents, usage, display files and directories, common options. ls-l is long listing with permission, size and date. ls-a show hidden files, जो मैंने दिखाया आपको एग्जाम्पल में, ओके. एंड cd change directory, अभी ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ओके. सो right now you are inside the present working directory as a root, okay. Let me get to the root, yeah. So now I want to, and you know the directory structures, all the directory structures here under the slash, each and everything starts with slash. So every directory resides under the slash ls-l. तो अभी इतने सारे डायरेक्टरीज है, अभी मुझे डायरेक्टरी स्विच करना है, मुझे जाना है ETC में, तो मैं क्या यूज करूँगा? सो CD इज़ द कमांड टू गेट इन टू द डिफरेंट डायरेक्टरीज. चेंज डायरेक्टरी, द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ CD इज चेंज डायरेक्टरी, CD ETC. अभी यहाँ पे मैंने स्लैश नहीं दिया क्योंकि आई एम ऑलरेडी इनसाइड द स्लैश, सो दैट इज़ वाई डिडंट यूज दैट फॉरवर्ड स्लैश. If I come out of this one and I'm inside the slash root, now everything starts with slash and I'm inside the slash root. Now if I want to switch to ETC, I can't go CD ETC because ETC is not available inside the slash root. It is available under the slash. So what I need to do, slash ETC. अभी मैं कहाँ पे हूँ? ETC में हूँ. ठीक है? So this is how you can get into the directories. And if you want to get into another directory, let's say package kit, just type P, okay, and type tab. So package kit, enter. So you are inside the package kit now. And again, if I want to, there is no another directory right inside this one. Let me get into the another one, CD network manager. And Linux is case sensitive. If the name of the directory is capital, then you need to type the capital. If it's small, then you need to type the small. It won't take it as a granted for small and capital. So be precise while typing it. Enter. I am inside the slash etc network manager, and again conf.d. Okay, I am inside the slash etc network manager conf.d. I start with slash, then I was in the root slash root, then I came out of slash root by using CD slash etc. Then from there I went into the network manager and then conf.d. So now I am inside the 3 directories from the root. So if I want to come back one single directory, this is getting into the directory, okay, CD space directory name getting into the directory. If I want to come one directory below, then CD space dot dot enter. So I came out of one single directory, okay. Again CD space dot dot slash dot dot. This will be useful for coming out of two directories. Okay, now I'm inside the slash. Good. So this is how you can get into the directory, come out of the directory. Let's say you get into the etc network manager conf.d. okay, you are inside this directory now, and you want to come out of all these 3 directories and get into the home directory. Home directory root का क्या रहेगा? root user का home directory slash root. So if I type cd, by default I will come under the slash root. ठीक है? Only cd will get you to the user home directory. If I am inside the tom, okay, let me get into the tom. Okay, su minus tom. Now I am inside the slash home slash tom, and if I went to var log any directory structure, okay, it should not be the same one all the time. Private. Okay, I am inside this. Oh, permission is not there. Oh, var log ls cd crony. Okay, cd samba. Okay, cd make directory. Let me create one. Paste one. Cd. Okay. So I'm inside the var log tuned now. Okay, these 3 directories, and I am who I am, Tom, right? Tom user हूँ ना मैं अभी. So when I type cd, so it should go to which directory? Only cd and press enter. हाँ सागर,
यस सर.
कहाँ जाऊँगा मैं अभी? अगर ओनली cd और प्रेस एंटर करूँगा तो वेयर आई विल लैंड?
home directory.
हाँ, होम डायरेक्टरी ऑफ विच यूजर? हाँ, tom user. So if I do cd enter, then I'm inside the tom user. Okay, tom user home directory. So this is how you can get into the directories. You can come out of the directories one by one, or you can come out of all the directories just by typing cd enter. समझ में आया?
यस.
कुछ कंफ्यूजन है अभी तक के पूरे टॉपिक्स में? आई नो थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होगा, जब तक आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे आपको नहीं समझेगा.
अरे मेरे को लॉगिन का जो पार्ट रहेगा ना स्टार्टिंग में, उसका थोड़ा चल होने के बाद कैसे लगे.
just a minute. हाँ, कौन बात किया?
कौन से?
हाँ पवन, क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
मैं जब इंस्टॉल करता हूँ ना, पूरा इंस्टॉल करने के बाद डायरेक्ट लॉगिन रहता है, लेकिन कैसे लॉगिन करने का, पासवर्ड कैसे डालने का?
पहले लॉगिन
लॉगिन
कैसा करना है मशीन पे, राइट?
या
ओके, इंस्टॉल हुआ आपका मशीन या होने वाला है?
होगा है बोले तो मैं इंस्टॉल नहीं किया वो बोलता।
ओके ओके, ठीक है, आई विल शो यू. So with the commands, whichever the option I showed you, those are all good, right? Sagar, Sid and Mahesh and Nikhil, सब समझ रहे हैं?
Yes, yes.
ठीक है, तो let's go to the slide which CD is done now. mkdir, this is useful for make directory. Usage, create a new directory. Example is, the command is this one. Options we have it, I will show you. So basically mkdir is the command to create a directory. In Windows we just right click and create a new directory, but here in Linux you need to use the command to create a directory. Get out of this Tom user. Just a moment. Okay, so I came out of Tom user now. So yeah, let me, I'm in root directory, so let me get into the var1, or let me get into the temp1. Okay, that is temporary file system. So now if I want to create a directory, new directory, what I can do is mkdir taste ossv. Only ossv is the name of the directory. Okay, I'm creating it. If I do ls now, then I could see ossv directory got created, right? And if I want to see the permissions on the ossv directory, you can do ls-l ossv, and see it is not taking it as a small o because I have created using the capital O. Then I need to put it as a caps 1 and enter. Oh sorry, enter. Okay, it is showing the files. Let me get to the enter directory. Okay, so root user, using root user I have created this directory, and 23 is the date time frame that created today. Okay, 8:57, this is the directory name. So using mk, basically only two options are there to create a directory. One is mkdir and mkdir-p ossv test class linux. तो इसका मीनिंग क्या है? ये mkdir स्पेस डायरेक्टरी नेम, इट ओनली क्रिएट वन सिंगल डायरेक्टरी. अगर आपको डायरेक्टरी के अंदर डायरेक्टरी क्रिएट करना है, देन यू कैन यूज दिस स्मॉल p ऑप्शन, हाइफन स्मॉल p, एंड देयर we need to give the directory name under which you want to create a directories. like ossv डायरेक्टरी है यहाँ पे, देन उसके अंदर मैंने 1 2 3 डायरेक्टरी क्रिएट कर चुका हूँ. इफ़ आई डू प्रेस एंटर, देन इफ़ आई डू ls-l देन ossv, देन इट विल शो एज अ टेस्ट. अब इसके अंदर वो क्लास है, इसके अंदर लिनक्स है. समझ में आया? सो ओनली दीज टू सिनेरियोज आर मोस्ट यूजफुल इन द रियल टाइम. only creating a single directory and creating a multiple directories. So these two options we have covered. So interview में ये पूछा जाएगा कि what is the option to create a nested directory. तो you should say small p, small hyphen p, then you will be able to create a nested directory. If you won't use the hyphen p, then you won't be able to create it. Let's say, let me delete these directories now, remove hyphen rf and mkdir ossv again. Okay, अभी create किया मैंने. Now mkdir ossv test linux class. Okay, enter मारूंगा तो what it will say, can't create directory, no such file or directory. Okay, नहीं कर सकते हो आप, without option नहीं कर सकते हो. So if I do this one now, mkdir space hyphen p and enter, then you will be able to create it. ठीक है, समझ में आया?
तो बेसिकली p का यूज क्या बोल रहे हैं आप?
नेस्टेड
जब
डायरेक्टरीज क्रिएट करने के लिए, डायरेक्टरी के अंदर डायरेक्टरी क्रिएट करने के लिए।
ओके स्प्लिट करने के लिए। ओके
हाँ, मतलब डायरेक्टरी का पता है ना, डायरेक्टरी तो क्रिएट करना है, यू नो राइट, एमके अपने को
यस
काम
यस
होगा ही होगा डायरेक्टरी क्रिएट करने का। तो
यस
कई कई सिनेरियोज ऐसे रहेंगे, यू नीड टू क्रिएट द डायरेक्टरी इनसाइड द डायरेक्टरी, तो इन दैट केस यू कैन यूज दिस स्मॉल p ऑप्शन। ओके, so mkdir is done. So next what we can see is what happened. Okay, ओके ये नहीं आ रहा है ब्राउज़र, आई डोंट नो। ओके फाइन देन, ठीक है, मतलब आज के लिए हमने जो भी देखा है, सो कुछ इशू है इसमें या ऑल गुड?
ऑल गुड है, बट बस
All
प्रैक्टिस
good.
करने के बाद आएगा थोड़ा सा और समझ
प्रैक्टिस
में।
करना पड़ेगा, प्रैक्टिस करना
क्योंकि
पड़ेगा।
मैंने इसमें से बहुत सारे कमांड मैंने यूनिक्स और उबंटू में ट्राई किए, एलएक्स वगैरह, ये वो पीडब्ल्यूडी, ये वो, तो मतलब थोड़े बहुत कमांड नोन है, बहुत
हाँ
पहले किया है मैंने ट्राई।
हाँ हाँ हाँ
और उबंटू और यूनिक्स का भी पढ़ रहा था ना, तभी यूज किया है, तो वो समझ में आ रहा है। जैसे कि मैन मैंने नहीं देखा था, याद नहीं अभी। और फिर
ओके।
ये हाइफन पी, जो अंडरस्कोर पी वाला भी है, वो भी याद नहीं मुझे। बाकी सब जो अभी आपने जो पढ़ा है वो
अंडरस्कोर
सब,
नहीं है सागर, वो हाइफन है।
सॉरी अंडरस्कोर ना, हाइफन, सॉरी।
या
तो कुछ कमांड नहीं है, तो फिर उसको प्रैक्टिस करने के बाद आ जाएगा। और ध्यान में
नहीं, प्रैक्टिस चाहिए। मशीन आपका कल तक मशीन रेडी होना चाहिए, अदर गाइज आपके पास तो लैपटॉप नहीं है, आप ले लो पहले जल्दी। और मीनवाइल यू कैन ट्राई गूगल इट आउट, यू विल गेट अ टर्मिनल, फ्री टर्मिनल ऑन द ऑनलाइन। ओके, सो वहाँ पे आप कमांड एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हो सागर,
हाँ चलेगा चलेगा।
ठीक है। एंड पवन वाज आस्किंग मी हाउ टू लॉग इन इनटू द मशीन, राइट? आई विल शो यू, जस्ट अ मोमेंट। सो ये वाला मशीन मैंने क्रिएट किया है अभी। ओके, सो लेट मी शट डाउन दिस मशीन फर्स्ट। ओके, तो अभी ये मशीन शट डाउन हो चुका है पवन।
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is in powered off mode now, right? So when you start the machine, or when your installation is get completed, then you will get this kind of prompt where you can log in. Okay, I will show you. Okay, so this is kind of the prompt you will get once the installation is completed, Pawan.
Okay.
And here you already provided the password for the root user while installing. So you need to
Yeah.
use root user as a name, master login, this is the server name, and here username. So username, which username you are going to use? Root username, and press enter, and then password. Okay, so you are inside the machine now and inside the root directory, and you might be won't be able to log in using the root user from outside the machine using the putty. Okay, in that case what you can do, you can add the another user there. Okay, test or something, whichever the name you comfortable with, add it and use password as a command. Test username, you are putting password for username test, and here you are giving the password. Then you will be able to log in using the test username from outside the OS. Okay,
Okay. बोले तो हम जो दूसरा यूजर नेम भी दिए थे ना, उसको लॉगिन करना है।
हाँ, तो दूसरा यूजर नेम से भी लॉगिन करना है, तो यू कैन कम आउट ऑफ दिस वन, एग्जिट. So now again the login prompt, and again username as a Tom and password. ठीक है?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So